Most people think Barbie is about being perfect. She looks nice, her clothes match, her hair stays in place, her smile is always there. People feel like they understand her right away. They don't stop to think about her. They think they already know what she's about. She looks like someone who knows what to do, someone who doesn't get confused, someone who fits in without trying. That's why she feels familiar so fast. You don't need a story, you don't need to watch her for long. One look feels like enough. People often say Barbie is confident, or happy, or simple. Some people say she's fake. Some people say she's a good example. These ideas come quickly. What people don't talk about is how careful she is. She always smiles at the right time. She always stands the right way. She always seems ready. Nothing about her feels messy. Nothing feels unfinished. That doesn't look relaxed. It looks practiced. Most people know someone like this. Someone who knows how to behave. Someone who knows how to be liked. Someone who never makes the room feel awkward. Children notice that Barbie never gets it wrong. She never looks lost. She never seems unsure about what to say or do. Adults notice something else. They notice how much work it must take to stay like that all the time. Still, people don't usually think about it for long. They decide what Barbie is and move on. That makes things easy. But the feeling of recognition stays. Barbie feels familiar not because she's perfect, but because she always knows how to act. She always knows how to look right in front of others. Most people have seen that before. When Barbie enters a room, nothing bad happens. People don't stop talking, no one feels scared. It looks like a normal moment. She smiles, she stands straight, she looks ready. She looks like she knows what to do next. At first, people feel calm. Barbie looks easy to be around. She doesn't make mistakes. She doesn't ask strange questions. She doesn't slow things down. Then, slowly, people start acting a little differently. They don't notice it right away. No one says anything. It just begins. Someone fixes their hair. Someone pulls their shirt down. Someone sits up straighter than before. These things happen without thinking. Barbie hasn't asked for this. She hasn't said anything special. She's just standing there, smiling the way she always does. People start choosing their words more carefully. They stop saying the silly thing they were about to say. They decide not to joke. They decide to sound nicer. The room feels quieter, even though no one told it to be quiet. Someone laughs, but the laugh stops early. Someone else talks, but keeps checking how they sound. A few people start listening more than they talk. Barbie stays the same. Her smile doesn't change. Her face doesn't show confusion. She looks calm and ready, like she always is. That's what makes it harder. People feel like they should also look calm and ready. They don't want to be the messy one. They don't want to be the wrong one. No one feels angry at Barbie. No one feels upset with her. She hasn't done anything wrong. But people begin to feel watched. Not by her, by the room. They start noticing things about themselves they weren't thinking about before. How they're standing, how loud they are, how they look next to her. Some people try harder. They smile more. They agree more. They try to match her calm. Others do the opposite. They talk less. They step back. They let someone else speak. Barbie doesn't move closer or farther away. She doesn't change her tone. She doesn't tell anyone what to do. Still, the room keeps adjusting. People don't say this out loud, but something feels different now. The room feels neat. Very neat. Too neat. Nothing is wrong. Everything is polite. Everyone is behaving. And yet, people feel a little tired, like they're holding something in place, like they're trying not to spill. Barbie remains steady the whole time. The discomfort doesn't come from her actions. It comes from everyone else trying to stay perfect around her. The moment passes, the room keeps going, but it doesn't feel the same as it did before she arrived. You don't only see this with Barbie, you see it in real life all the time. It just looks normal, so people don't point at it. You see it with people who always look put together. Their clothes are clean, their hair is right, they know how to smile at the right moment. When they walk into a room, things don't stop. but they change a little. Other people start fixing themselves. They sit up, they smooth their clothes, they stop doing things that feel silly or messy. No one tells them to do this, it just happens. You see it at school. There's someone who always does the right thing. They raise their hand the right way, they say the right words, they never seem confused. Other kids start copying them. They try to be quieter, they try to do things properly. Some kids stop talking at all. You see it at work, too. Someone always sounds nice, always calm, always ready. They never seem tired. Other people start checking themselves around them. They reread messages before sending them. They speak more carefully. They don't want to look wrong. You even see it in families. Someone is always polite, always helpful, always smiling. They never complain. Everyone else starts acting better when they're around. They clean up faster, they argue less, they try not to make problems. It looks like a good thing, and sometimes it is. But it also means people stop relaxing. People stop saying the messy thing. They stop asking the silly question. They stop being unsure out loud. They don't want to be the one who breaks the calm. The person at the center often doesn't notice this happening. They're just doing what they always do, being ready, being pleasant, being fine. Others learn the pattern. They learn when to speak, when to stay quiet, when to step in, and when to step back. No one says this is happening. No one plans it. It just becomes normal. That's why it's easy to miss. It doesn't feel like pressure. It feels like being good. And most people have seen that before. When the moment ends, nothing looks wrong. People don't talk about it. No one says anything happened. Everyone just moves on. The room goes back to normal. People keep doing what they were doing before. They talk, they work, they go home. On the outside, everything feels fine. But something small stays behind. People feel a little tired, even if they didn't do much. Not tired like they need to sleep. Tired like they were holding themselves a certain way for a while. They might not know why they feel that way. They don't think about Barbie anymore. They don't blame her. She didn't do anything wrong. They just feel like they were trying a bit harder than usual. Later, they might remember how careful they were, how they chose their words, how they tried to look right, how they didn't relax all the way. The person who is always calm and smiling usually feels something too. They might feel relief when the moment ends. They might feel proud, or they might feel nothing at all because this is normal for them. They don't notice that others were adjusting. They're used to being steady. They're used to holding it together. So the pattern stays. Next time, the room will do the same thing again. People will sit up straighter, they will smile more, they will think before they speak. No one will say why. Nothing will break, nothing will change. Everyone will stay polite. That's why it keeps happening. Not because anyone is wrong, not because anyone is trying to make it hard, just because this is how people learn to behave around someone who always looks right. Until next time, you've probably seen this one before.